And he has to be this efficient, so he's not putting up gaudy numbers. He's not putting up volume numbers. 18 of 25 from the field, being efficient, getting assists, contesting shots, driving to the lane. He's all over the floor trying to make sure his team gets a win tonight.
And he knows that as well because you saw him take that approach in the third quarter. He had 5 of his 6 assists in the first half. Third quarter, he was in scoring mode.
In scoring mode, we've been seeing his whole career where he come into the league as a pass-first guy. But at the end of the day, we understand that he has to attack the defense so they honor him that he's going to score so he can get some easier shots for his teammates. But at the end of the day, he has to get 40 and 50 a night to get points on the board, then make the defense make decisions.
So a little bit of a double-edged sword is the message here from 3D. If you're a Laker fan,
yes.
This is great.
Yes.
This is phenomenal at the age of 37. It's also a little troubling that the Lakers may need this to win games.
When AD comes back, Matt, so you're asking AD to miss 6 to 8 weeks and then come back and be that guy? No, people, that's not reality.
Yeah.
He's going to need a couple games to get those sea legs back to prove that he can still be that dominant guy on the defensive end. Then after that, the rest of you role players better be ready to step your game up because LeBron and AD will do that. Are you guys ready to make some shots to meet them there?
We'll have to do the math, but unofficially, I believe this now means LeBron James also leads the league in scoring after this 50-point game tonight.
Wow.
He spoke with Mike Trudell after the horn.
All right, LeBron, the last time somebody scored 50 points in consecutive home games was Kobe here in 2007. You said in the Golden State game that you just desperately needed a win. What got into you tonight, especially in that second half?
Just need to pick our energy up and a little bit get more detailed about how we wanted to attack the Wizards. And we did that, especially in the third quarter. We missed a lot of chippies, but we kept fighting, we kept defending, and I was able to hit a hot streak at one point.
Again, 17 at the half. You got 12 in a row at a certain point in the third quarter. What is the feeling when you get in that mode and shots are falling? What's going through the head? What's going through the arm?
Just try to stay in there as long as you can. I don't know if you remember the game what they used to say, he's on fire, NBA Jam.
Of course.
And if you sometimes you might want to take a bad shot and it'll get you out of that hot streak. So I just try to stay in that zone as long as possible, and I was able to hit a couple.
Notice that your mom is here and she got to come over and got a hug within the game. That's always got to be an extra little bonus, right, doing it in front of mom?
She's my biggest supporter, my biggest inspiration, and my biggest love. And, to have her be able to witness my career and all the sacrifices that she did for me growing up, for me to be at this point in my life and her to be able to see it, I just try to always give back to her in any way, shape, form, and fashion. So, the fact that she was here tonight was a treat for me.
Last one for you, LeBron. It's been such a tough season. These fans continue to come out. You started to kind of experience that with them. It seemed like these last 2 games. How important is that to you?
This is a Laker faithful. They know when you play bad basketball, and they know when you're playing good basketball. And it's our job to go out and play inspired basketball and play good basketball for these fans that seen so many great games, so many great performances, and so many greats over the years. So, I hold that with a lot of responsibility on my shoulders and in my heart.
All right, if you're still on fire NBA Jam-wise, maybe go put the arm in ice. All right, cool it down a little bit.
Well, LeBron was inspiring as well. 18 of 25 from the field, knocked down 6 threes along the way. And here's a really kooky stat. His teams have won 12 straight now when he's scored 50 or more.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is impressive. And for me, Matt, LeBron's brain still to this day still impressed me how he can reflect on old stats and old games, and he's thinking about an old video game where he's on fire. Yes, LeBron, this video shows that you are on fire, you like to stay patient, but at 37 years old, Matt, coming down the lane, pushing a fast break, knowing his teammates are going to run because he'll share, but if you don't stop the ball, I'm going to finish it. Hello, Melo, stopping and popping in transition. Now we're talking about in the second quarter, LeBron's looking. Wizards defense, you don't pay attention. He shares. That's the point, Matt, of being aggressive, that the defense has to honor you. Okay, well, probing. Nobody's coming again. The L train down the building. Austin Carter, old school saying back in the day from Cleveland. That's why, for me, man, watching LeBron at 37 years old, he still understands when the ball's in my hand, I can still pick you apart. If I'm driving, if you double team me, I can share the ball. But if you don't stop the ball, I can still get all the way to the rim.
At 29.7 points per game, LeBron is now tied with Joel Embiid and Giannis Antetokounmpo atop the scoring lead.
Have you ever had that before?
This late in the season.
No, that's pretty.
It's crazy, right?
That's super
got a
crazy.
stretch run coming up. LeBron has only led the league in scoring one other time. Well, way back in his career, he scored 30 a game. Wow. More importantly to the Lakers is moving up in the standings, if that's possible at this point. Is it going to take, maybe not 50, is it going to take scoring nights like this every single night for the Lakers to move up at least above that red line into the 7-8 play-in?
Matt. If you're chasing Minnesota, right, or excuse me, if you're chasing the Clippers.
And they're 4.5 back of the Clippers.
Yes, you got a lot of, LeBron's got to be LeBron at the highest level we've seen the last week because we don't know for sure which day AD's coming back.
Right.
And when AD comes back, we know he's not going to be the AD before the injury. We're just never happens that way, man.
Yeah.
It never happens that way.
Lakers improved to 2-6 since the Anthony Davis injury, and 29-37 now on the season. If you're a teammate of LeBron's, you know if you're open, he's going to find you. At the same time, I'd have to think there's got to be the temptation at least to just sort of watch and marvel at what you're seeing.
Yes, great point, Matt. Because LeBron's been so great at this point in his career, if you're one of the young players, you know, like Stanley Johnson, who was out the league for a little bit, now back in, I can see Stanley Johnson sitting there watching like, wow, I can't believe I'm back watching this. But then I can see, you know, Anthony Davis or Melo smack him in the back of the head. Get out of there, young fella. We're trying to win another championship. I know you haven't been in this type of battle before. It's different. The question is, can these young guys, Matt, play enough defense, team defense? Because the Wizards, at least 3 or 4 times like that fourth quarter, was able to get all the way to the basket with no resistance. That makes me a little concerning for the Lakers.
Just the third win in their last 12 games for the LA Lakers. Wizards now have lost 5 of their last 7, also battling for a spot in the Eastern Conference playoff picture. All right, let's get you your assist.